Welcome to Moana's Meadow Report. Today is September 2nd, 2018, Sunday. My name is Moana, and a Meadow Report is just me telling you how my day went, and I do my best to keep it between 6 and 13 minutes, and I also try to tie in where we're at with the Dave Ramsey program. So, baby step number 1, still not yet achieved, still waiting for our paychecks. And it's in about 4 days or 5 days. So that is super, super exciting. And I did not have a no spend day, so that was a bummer. But we got some frozen fries, which saves us on money because there's times where we have a hankering for fries. So then we just go to a fast food place. But then when you're there, you're like, I'll get a burger too then. And then if I'm getting a burger, I want a shake. You know, like you go into this whole story of what you feel you need to do and purchase, like because you're in that routine. And then it gets dangerous because then you're spending more money and then you're eating more and all you wanted was some fries. So we get frozen fries. We have a fryer, and the fun thing about that is sometimes we double fry it to make it nice and crispy. Another good thing about that is I think most fast food places put too much salt on there, and then my husband likes more salt, so we're able to customize it to our taste. And I usually take out some fries before the seasoning so I could have my own fries where it's not covered and doused in salt. I got another fun little beach round because it was on a great sale. And it was a different design. And I'm realizing because of my husband's Church of the NFL that started, and so there's a different room that I'd be doing the video in every once in a while, and I was just feeling sad that I didn't have a fun little backdrop thing. So I got that, and then my husband ordered Domino's pizza, which was strange because we do once a week, we make our own pizza. So we had our homemade pizza yesterday already, and then he wanted pizza again. So I went with it, but I was just kind of bummed because, you know, that's money that you don't want to spend, or at least I don't want to spend. And then on top of that, I like to be as generous as possible on tips, and it sometimes doesn't work out the way I wish I could because of like a lack of cash or what have you. I worked at 5 a.m. to 11:30, so that was super different. I got to meet some coworkers that I had never met before. That was really fun, and it was like you're your own boss, but on top of that, it was like you're going, oh my gosh, there's not enough time to get everything done that I'm supposed to get done. So that was sad but good because that got my work day completely out of the way by 11:30. I was home by noon, and then I had the whole day ahead of me. However, my husband found a show that we started watching. Well, he was on the 3rd episode, and so he had me catch up. And now I'm addicted because I'm like, I need to see what's going to happen next. And I'm like addicted to binge watching on Netflix. I can't remember the name of the show, but it's cute. It's about like beauty pageants and stuff. And I was actually into beauty pageants. It's called scholarship pageants, you know. So whoever wins gets a scholarship for their education. And I don't think I did really well. Anytime I did the pageant, I did 2 pageants. Miss Murray, I don't know, and Miss West Valley. And I did receive 1 trophy for noteworthy talent. It was belly dancing. And I can't remember if I got any type of certificate or anything for the first pageant, scholarship pageant, which was the West Valley one. And it would have been interesting to have one, because then you have to get primed to go to the next level. And then you have to be like the face of the city for a year and wear your crown and stuff. So it's really fun watching that show right now about pageants, because it's just reminding me about how cutthroat it could be, or drama, or fake, or like jealousy mixed in there. So that's super interesting. I got totally off topic. What was I saying? Something about, okay, emergency fund in about 4 to 5 days. We'll have that taken care of. No spend day. We still have yet to do that. Tipping. Oh, the Domino's pizza, and I wanted to tip more. I like to be super generous with my tips. 20%, more than 20% is what I prefer to do. So, and mainly I learned that just because I worked in the food industry for quite some time, and oftentimes I would drive to work. I used to work at this restaurant called Johnny Carino's. It's an Italian restaurant. It closed down now, but just recently actually, but I quit a while ago because, yeah, it was a tipping issue. I had a manager at the time. He was a general manager, and he would have his lady come in and eat all the time. And then anytime she'd come in, I knew that he would completely wipe out the cost of her check. And then any alcohol had to remain on the check, because it's illegal to comp alcohol in Utah. So he would completely wipe out the cost of the check. She would have to buy her alcohol or pay for it. And she always got this Bellini. She got 2 or 3. And I'd be like, oh, great. It's the general manager's girlfriend. She's not going to tip me well. And usually the bill would go up to $120, and then she'd like leave me $3. Well, one time, he was just going to pay for her because she didn't have any money to pay for the cost of her alcohol. Even, of course, he zeroed out everything but the alcohol at that point. So then he went to pay, but then he forgot to tip, and then he said he'd pay me later. And then my shift comes and goes, another shift comes and goes. A week goes by, he's still not giving me a tip. And I'm like, you're the general manager. Like, you should be taking care of your people. And then, lo and behold, like 2 weeks later, his lady comes in again. And I'm like, oh, great. Because I was only server on shift. So I was like, are you serious right now? Like, this is going to happen again, and I'm not going to be getting a tip again. I just know it. I didn't get a tip again, so I said, I don't want to work for anyone that's doing this to me, so I am going to quit. And my husband had been wanting me to quit for a while anyway. So it was like kind of the thing that needed to happen to force me out of that environment. So I'm glad. I'm glad that happened, because I quit, and he didn't care or anything. And then later he ended up quitting because they were noticing he was doing kind of strange things often. But based upon like me driving to work, there were times where I'd drive to work and be like, I hope I at least walk out of here with $20 because I have no gas, and otherwise I won't be able to get home. And there's times where I only made $20, but I'd still be grateful. But there's times where I knew if someone like chose to be generous, which happened, I'd say once every other week, someone chose to be super generous. Like super super generous. And by then you've established regulars and they love you and you know exactly what they want. And you know that how they're going to tip and you're fine with it because you love the conversation, you know, things like that. But I do miss it. I do miss the cash aspect of it. But then there were times where we would all, at the end of the shift, me and all my coworkers would be like, and you'd have full-on conversations, but you'd be walking by each other. Hey, tonight, do you want to go to Iggy's? And then we walk by again. Yeah, let's get everyone together. And then you walk by again and you're like, okay, Melissa's going to come and Mackenzie's going to come. And then you walk by again and you're like, okay, let's get Erica and then Scott. And then, you know, so it'd be full-on conversations just while you're walking back and forth, you know, taking care of your table and they're taking care of their table. So we'd earn all that money and then go to Iggy's or some other restaurant and just blow it. And we'd be like, it's worth it. It's just so we could hang out with each other. So that was really fun too. But like the cash would flow in your hands so quick. And then it would just flow out just as fast. Which is what money should do. But it wasn't like mindful spending. But I'm pretty sure I hit my 13 minutes. So I guess I'll have to call it. Bid you adieu. Have an amusing rest of your day, and if you are going to get anything started with your budget, or if you're continuing to work on getting out of debt or doing the Dave Ramsey program, whatever it is you're doing with money, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you abundance and great things coming your way, and stay meowsing. Meow.